John in California writes to me and he says, "Hey, Paul, is there a misconception?" Oh, in audio? Misconceptions? John. Regarding high resolution audio, oh boy, here we go. I keep hearing from companies that as long as you have a high sample rate, you can hear the audio as the artist truly intended. Now they are saying that if you listen to it in Dolby Atmos or 360 reality audio in high res, you'll hear it as the artist truly intended. I'm confused why they would make these claims, because music is altered with dynamic compression, and sometimes the artist is not there to make decisions on audio placement on these surround tracks. So how do we even know what the artist truly intended at this point? We don't. A few days ago we were talking about one of the questions that people brought up, which was, if recording studios use crappy equipment, why would we bother using great equipment to reproduce it, right? And kind of like, well, I don't know, what's a good analogy? Why would we use, gold forks and the highest end table setting to eat a McDonald's hamburger, right? I mean, basically is what he was asking. And my answer to that was kind of similar, which is many artists care about their music, their art, and they want it reproduced so it sounds good to them, and that's their representation. So I assume most artists are very much involved in the recordings, and they're saying, here, I made this. Here, this is what I think sounds good. This is what represents my art. So in that instance, yeah, they kind of know what they're trying to get across. Having said that, most of them are listening on crappy equipment. So we could say, here's what I sound like on crappy equipment. And I assume you have the same crappy equipment. I think these are just marketing claims that are just over the top. To say that high resolution audio is as the artist intended it, I see where they're going with it, because it gets you closer to the master tape, right? So let's think about that for a second. When we make a master here at Octave Records or PS Audio, whatever we're doing, when we hear it, we hear that first cut right off the master. And there's nothing going to get better than that, right? And it's exactly what we hear. And the best you could hope to do is to get as close to that as possible, right? So when you listen in high resolution, if it's the same resolution that we're listening in, then you just got a lot closer than if you were to listen to it, say, on an MP3 or on just standard CD. So yeah, in that instance, you are getting closer to the master tape, to the master recording, for sure. To say that it's as the artist intended it, I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think it's confusing. So I don't particularly like that terminology, and I hope we never are guilty of using it. But I don't know. Look, this is a rant, and I apologize if I'm not hitting exactly, but that's essentially it. Yes, you are hearing closer to what the artist heard, but are you closer to what the artist intended? Hard to say, and certainly not in surround. I don't know of many artists that ever get involved in the surround part of it, and that's mostly the mixing engineer who tries to make it feel enveloping. So that one, I'm going to take a pass on that. Okay. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you later.